What is up, posse? My name is Will Bromley, and welcome to a brand new Top 10 app video. So, this video is a long time coming because I'm going to go over Teen Titans. Now, you may be wondering why I would go over something that's 16 years old, since considering this premiered in 2003. But the reason were pretty simple. One, not only because I wanted to make a video of this, but also because this means a lot to me and I really wanted to relive the nostalgia and I wanted to show some people this show to show, hey, this is something that, means quite a bit to me. So I'm going to go over my top 10 favorite Teen Titans episodes. This is completely fact. This is not an opinion. These are the best episodes of the entire show. Alright, I'm just joking. But all jokes aside, whether this episode hit me on an emotional level or whether I just loved the action, the drama, or the comedy, or all of the above, I'm just going to go over ones that, were really good, that I'll definitely remember probably more than the rest. That's not to say the rest aren't horrible, but these are just the ones that I think are outstanding. And just to give you guys a fair warning, if you haven't seen the original Teen Titans, then this will contain spoilers. So, that being said, here are my top 10 favorite Teen Titans episodes. Number 10. Deception from Season 3. Some of you may be thinking why I chose this at the number 10 spot. But I have 3 reasons why this episode stood out to me. The first one is because we actually see a little bit of humanity in Jinx, or humility. Now, some of you may be thinking that doesn't actually happen until Season 5 when Kid Flash comes in. While that is true, I do think it kind of started in Season 3 when Cyborg infiltrated the Hive to learn about their secret weapon. And he actually gets along really well with Jinx, and I don't know, I guess that just kind of plants the seed that kind of helps Jinx eventually join the good side. But also because it introduces us to probably one of my favorite villains of the entire show, Brother Blood, because this guy was conniving, he was very powerful. I mean, this guy was so badass, he ended up getting a 2-part episode from him at the end of Season 3. But also, I really enjoyed the message that this episode brought out. Because it was revealed that at the end of the episode that Cyborg was never able to finish high school because of, his accident, which made him become what he is right now. And it just gives a good message about, how you are on the outside shouldn't make you define who you are on the inside. And I think that really stuck out to me. Number 9. Haunted from Season 3. I think this was an obvious pick to put in at number 9 because I'm actually not going to lie, this was probably one of the more mature episodes of the Teen Titans. Because when it looked like Slade is gone, Robin is starting to have, visions of Slade. He's still alive, he thinks. But the thing is, the other Titans can't really see him. And this episode can get pretty disturbing, I'm not going to lie. But is Slade really alive? Well, you're going to have to figure that out for yourself. But yeah, this was just a bone-chilling episode that maybe proved to the Titans that maybe Robin just went off the deep end. So, yeah, this was a very adult episode because, okay, let's be honest. If you look at a show like this and saw some of the more goofy episodes, would you really consider this a serious show? Well, I mean, if you watch Teen Titans Go, that'd probably be a different story. But, yeah, this was just of an outstanding episode, and this show definitely knew when to take itself seriously. This was one of those times. Number 8. Birthmark from Season 4. This episode I felt like was also pretty bone-chilling. Mainly because we all know that the Teen Titans would usually beat a villain at the end of the episode, or at the end of a 2-parter, but this would lead into probably their biggest challenge yet. because it is revealed that Raven was sent to Earth for a reason, and that was to help help her demon father pretty much destroy the entire world. And I think this is definitely pretty nerve wracking because the Titans have never faced a challenge quite like this before, and they're doing everything in their power to get ready for this day, which is supposed to bring out the end of everything. And they're even going to do their best to protect Raven because they don't want anything bad to come to her. And I think this definitely proves that the Titans are strongest when they're together, and that their friendship and teamwork is something that conquers a lot. Number 7. How Long is Forever from Season 2. This episode was pretty special. I mean, sure, the villain is pretty weak, but I feel like this has a pretty good setup for the episode because Starfire is sent into the future and it's revealed that the Titans have split up and everybody's gone their own separate ways. And that's pretty sad because we all thought as kids that friendships would last forever, but in the end we learned that nothing really ever lasts forever, and that we're not sure what the future holds, but the important thing is that we need to cherish what we have in life. And that's what I got out of this episode, because seeing the Titans split up and them reuniting again, it just goes to show that uh, anything is possible. And I hate to say it because unfortunately I had to lose some friends as well. But it helps us, change who we are. I know change isn't entirely good, but I really enjoy this episode because of how deep and powerful it is. Number 6. Apprentice, parts 1 through 2 from season 1. Apprentice I like for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is because, well, this is probably the main reason, is because that Slade pretty much forces Robin to work for him. Otherwise, his friends will be killed due to a virus that has infected them and they don't even know it. And I like it because Robin is seen as a very strong and confident leader, but now he's just not sure because he is forced to do the work of his arch nemesis, otherwise lose his friends for good. And it just goes to show that even some heroes, are left with some difficult choices. Even though I really enjoyed this two-part episode, I also liked how they made some Batman references in this show without, actually mentioning him. But yeah, this was a very, and also a pretty deep episode, and I really liked how it wrapped up season 1. Number 5. X from season 3. This episode was an easy pick for me because it kind of wraps around like an entire mystery going around the character of Red X. Because at first it was Robin trying to get closer to Slade and trying to figure out his evil plan, but then it was revealed that somebody has stolen the Red X suit and is now pretty much become an anti-hero who we kind of love, to be honest. And it definitely shows that, there's definitely a line between good and evil, and Red X is definitely right there in the middle. But I really like how they kind of flesh out this character a little bit, how he may seem bad, but he actually does have some good in him. True, we never get to figure out who exactly he is, but if they do ever revive this show, I actually think they should probably dive into that a little bit more. Number 4. Aftershock, parts 1 through 2 from season 2. This is a special two-part episode where it's revealed that Tara is now working with Slade, and the Titans are facing yet another great threat. what I think makes this series stand out is that not only did the show like the Titans being defeated, even though that's shown like in other few episodes, but it also has what, in my opinion, is one of the most heartbreaking moments of possibly any TV show I've ever watched growing up. And as the very end, where, you know, Tara is, about to finish off the Titans, but she has a change of heart, and she then turns good once more. But almost killing Slade nearly destroys the entire city, so she stays behind and she sacrifices herself, turning herself to stone. And like I said before, it was a pretty tough moment. Because I think we can all agree that Tara is a character that we've all grown in love over like the course of the entire show. And I like how it shows that it's never too late to change like who you are. So yeah, I really liked Aftershock, and I think this is definitely one that will stick out to me the most. Number 3, Go from season 5. It's kind of ironic how the origin story of the Teen Titans happens in season 5 and not in season 1. But I think from what I understand is that the fans kind of wanted to see like what happened when the Titans met up and how they became a team. And this is why I love it, because we're kind of kept in a mystery. Like, we are so hungry and desperate to find out, like, how this team was formed. And when it was shown that, how Starfire was like a prisoner and Robin just recently left Batman to go work on his own and Beast Boy quit the Doom Patrol. I think this goes, and I don't know if watching this episode before you actually watch the entire show would work or not. I kind of want to see how that would happen. But I really like this origin story. I thought it was well done. It was well paced. I liked the origins that they give all the characters, and I I actually do enjoy like how they end up getting their tea in Metropolis. Number 2, The End, parts 1 through 3 from season 4. This, in my opinion, was probably the most intense, like multiple part series of the whole show, because it shows that the Titans were actually defeated because Raven opened up the gate to the underworld, or to a parallel dimension, which unleashed her demonic father Trigon. And like, luckily Raven was able to like shield herself herself and her friends from Trigon's wrath. But I also like how Slade kind of turns good a little bit, but not really. He's only trying to regain his body after Trigon pretty much denied him the whole thing. Because they were making a deal that if Slade was to, help Trigon take over the world, then he would get his body back, because it was completely disfigured after the battle against Terra. But I feel like this series is, I wouldn't say like Infinity War, but for anybody watching, for anybody who would like watch Infinity War and then watch Teen Titans, some of you may think that Infinity War like ripped this off a little bit, which it didn't, because the Infinity War comic is very original. But I also like how Raven kind of locked into her full potential and unleashed her full powers to defeat her father and to bring the world back to what it was. And that's why I think that The End is a great 3-part series. Personally, I felt like it could have, I probably could have wrapped up the entire show, but I probably think that what I have at number 1 probably wouldn't work at all. And my number 1 favorite Teen Titans episode is Titans Together from season 5. The best way I can describe Titans Together is that, imagine like the best 4 minutes of Avengers Endgame. If you haven't seen Endgame, which I'm sure all of you have at this point, then spoilers, but it doesn't really matter. It's like when all the heroes come back, they're all ready to face up against Thanos, and whatever Titans are left, they're going up against the Brain of the Brotherhood of Evil, and they were able to bring back all the other Titans that were captured and frozen, and we had this one big, epic battle that is just absolutely fantastic. And like I said, some of you may be thinking that maybe Marvel ripped off Teen Titans a little bit, which I honestly find highly unlikely. Because sure, the plot for Endgame may have been done a little bit, but I'm getting off track. I'm talking about Teen Titans. But I like how they bring like all the Titans from all the episodes together for this one glorious battle. And seeing it like a few years later, or many years later, actually made me feel like a kid again. Like I was getting really excited. I got an adrenaline rush. Like it was exciting. It was impactful. I really enjoyed it, and I really liked to how they took down probably one of the biggest villains in the entire show. Maybe even all of DC animated. Guys, that does it for this top 10 list. I am sorry that this is really late, but I just figured I'd get this to you guys as soon as I could. And I'm sorry if this isn't my best top 10 episodes list. I just did whatever I could, and yeah. So if you did enjoy it, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content. Next will be a review of It Chapter 2, and I'm very much looking forward to it. No pun intended. So, stay tuned for that. So, until next time, see you later, posse.